Hello, Padres fans, and welcome back to Padres Mission. As we wrap up the time during the winter meetings, I wish we could sum up more that the Padres have done, but it is all quiet on the Western Front here. So it's time to talk about just the rumor mill and what's going on. Because I asked myself, and Brandon asks himself, what is going on with the Padres? Because they have made no moves whatsoever as 2026 grows closer and closer. So, Brandon, what's going on with the Padres?
Yeah, it's been just a lot of small moves. They re-signed Kyle Hart to a one-year deal. They signed Ty Adcock to a one-year deal, Dyson Acosta to a one-year deal. So it's a lot of minor moves. Again, we knew this. We knew that the budget was a little smaller. We know they don't have the prospects to make a blockbuster trade. So again, these smaller moves, especially on the pitching side, make a lot of sense. They need depth in the worst way. But that does not stop the Padres from being in the rumor mill for just about every single player, despite the fact they don't really have the resources to sign or trade for anyone. We know AJ Preller made his usual interviewing rounds at the winter meetings and made it very, very clear that he does want to make a blockbuster trade again. Again, I'm not exactly sure how that will be possible, given just the lack of farm system talent, but it's him, it's the Padres. They're known for being able to pull these things out of their hat. So we'll see. I think more importantly, the big news, the big rumors surrounding the Padres right now is the players that they might give away rather than the players they might add. Jay Cronenworth continues to find himself in rumors. Again, his contract is not one of the bigger ones on the roster, but it is one that can help them shed some salary if they're looking to add a free agent. Nick Pivetta shockingly found himself in rumors. I personally am very dubious about that. He's their best pitcher. I don't think the Padres would be willing to give him up. But same thing for Fernando Tatis Jr., who has shockingly found himself in some rumors. He's obviously got a really big contract. So, again, it's the Padres. Nothing is off the table with AJ Preller. We know this for a fact. But it's just, I think this is going to be one of the quieter off seasons for San Diego, and the winter meetings was really just sort of, the paradigm that they're going to follow.
Yeah, I think that at the end of the day, again, that management has shown that they don't have money to spend, unfortunately. And when you don't have money to spend, you dip into your star players a little bit. So I think that whatever happens with the Padres, hopefully we pick up still a great free agent. But I think that you're completely right that with wherever we go with a free agent, I think it's going to cost us a pretty penny in one of our star players, whether that be Fernando, again, I think AJ Preller has set the rumors down a little bit that it's going to be Tatis Jr., but still, nothing is, completely like kiboshed here when it comes to who's going to go. And again, it's going to be expensive. It's going to be a good player. From what, from where, who's to say? Again, the Padres have made no moves. And I do worry for the upcoming season. You and I have talked at length about how we still, after losing Dylan Cease, our pitching staff is really,
Yeah.
we're up, what's creek without a paddle right now. What moves do you think we can make to kind of, I don't want to say save us for next season, but we still have some pretty good free agents on the market.
Yeah, I think it's going to ultimately be a decision of, do the Padres want to go all in on 2026, or are they going to play slightly longer term? Because there is there is some money, there is some prospects, not nearly what the Padres have had in the past, in terms of resources, but there is a little bit on both sides. It's just a question of, are they willing to forsake basically their entire future for the next decade for a chance in 2026 and like maybe 2027? Obviously, the lockout coming next year could change the dynamics of all this, but that's going to come down to AJ Preller again. The Padres might be up for sale soon. I mean, they are up for sale. We know that the Seidlers are exploring, potential buyers. So there's a lot of moving parts here. I think if the Padres are willing to go all in, I think then, big name rentals are the key here. Freddie Peralta makes a lot of sense. Tariq Skubal, I mean, if you're really trying to swing big, Skubal won back-to-back AL Cy Young awards. He'd be, as good of a fit as anyone in baseball. You probably can't acquire someone like Paul Skeens because he would cost more than the Padres have to give away, as is the case for most teams. But yeah, I think it's going to really come down to, do the Padres fancy their chances in Craig Stammen's first year as manager? And if the answer is yes, then I wouldn't be shocked to see them trade Jay Cronenworth and whatever prospect depth they have left for Freddie Peralta. If the answer is no, then they might continue to make these really minor one-year deals. Maybe they'll trade away one of their veterans for prospects and just try to reshuffle the board at the trade deadline. I'm not sure. It's just, and obviously, it depends on how do these veterans perform. If Fernando Tatis and Xander Bogaerts and Manny Machado and Jackson Merrill are all great in the first half, the Padres might be right there with the Dodgers as currently constructed. It's just really a question of, can they raise the ceiling internally? Because I don't know if the external reinforcements are coming this time.
Yeah, I mean, again, I'm gonna say it till the day I die. Only time will tell. But for now, Padres mission has, our finger on the pulse when it comes to when something is, when news breaks, we're gonna be there for it. For now, we'd love your thoughts in the comment section below. Who would you like to end up on the Padres now that again, nothing has happened, no moves have been made, but once it happens, we'll be here to tell you guys. Let us know in the comment section below, and as always, we'll get back to you.